What would you say if I told you you don't have to film at night to get the nighttime look? Back in the summer, I filmed a short film called Beyond the Ranch, and about half of the shots were set at night. The only problem is, we shot everything during the day because we had very limited time to shoot the whole film, and we had a crew of only 3 people, so shooting at night with big lights was not an option. So I had to hope for the best and see if I could get the footage where it needed to be in the color grade. Well, my friends, luckily we don't have to rely on hopes and dreams. We can rely on DaVinci Resolve's extensive color tools. Here's a shot right out of camera in the S-Log3 profile. Now here's the same shot converted to Rec. 709 with some minor adjustments made, and here's the final nighttime look. As you can see, we were able to make this happen. So today, I'm going to show you exactly how I went about doing this, and I'm going to give you a few tips and pointers on how you can achieve this look yourself. And no, you don't need DaVinci Resolve specifically, you can pretty much do this in any video editing software. Let's get to it. So the first step in achieving the day for night look is in how you film your shots. The lighting of it all is very important, so knowing when to shoot will be crucial to a believable look. Sure, you could shoot at any point in the day, but if you're shooting at high noon, for example, your shadows might be too harsh, the sky and other parts of your image might be too bright, and you might even get the sun in your shots. That definitely won't help sell it to your audience that these are nighttime shots. Let's take a look at a somewhat recent film that went all in on the day for night look, Jordan Peele's Nope. All of Nope's night scenes were filmed during the day, and a lot of them appeared to be shot almost at high noon, but they actually used a very elaborate and very expensive system that allowed them to shoot the exact same frame on 2 cameras at the same time. One camera was filming in infrared mode, while the other was shooting a standard image. This allowed them to overlay the images in post and achieve a highly realistic day for night look. Now, this is obviously not achievable on a film with a small or non-existent budget, or even a film with a moderate budget for that matter, so our approach here has to be different. So for my short film, I made sure to shoot in the evening at around just before sunset. I still wanted the sun to be fully out, giving us plenty of light to work with, but it was definitely already getting low in the sky. This helped create a nice gradation of light across the sky, which also created this really beautiful spill of light across my scene and my actress. For exposing the image, I really think it depends on the type of camera that you are shooting on, but the general rule of thumb would be to expose properly. If you underexpose by a couple of stops, you might not have the necessary detail in your image unless you're using a camera with a great sensor like the Sony FX3. But even then, I still think it's better to expose properly and bring the exposure down in post. As you can see here, this is what my main exposure looked like for a bunch of these shots. And this is what they looked like after completing the day for night look. So after we've got everything shot and filmed the way we like, we can go on ahead and bring our footage into our editing software of choice, in my case, DaVinci Resolve. And the first thing I like to do is convert it to Rec. 709. Now, I know there are probably a ton of different ways you can set up your color grading pipeline, and I'm no professional colorist, but the methods that I outlined here work for me. So to do this, I'll go ahead and create a group with all the clips I'll be working with and name it Day for Night. Then I make sure I'm working in Group Post Clip, which essentially affects every clip in the group the same, and I drag on a Rec. 709 conversion LUT in my first node over here. I'm using a LUT from the Phantom LUTs collection by Joel Famularo because I really like the base look that those LUTs create for my footage. Then I'll go ahead and create a separate node for the Day for Night look. And finally, I add another node to add the dehancer plugin on. Now, dehancer will just allow you to polish up your clips and really give them the film look. This step is by no means necessary, but I like to use this on all of my projects because it really helps give me that film-like look. So before jumping back to the day for night node, I dial in my settings in dehancer. So for this specific project, I like the look of the Kodak Vision 3 200T film stock, and I turn on film compression. Next, the image is looking a little bit flat, so I adjusted the black point and white point under expand just to give it a bit more of a punch and contrast. Then I like my film grain to be quite strong, so I chose 35mm ISO 500 and finished it off by turning on halation and blooming on the default settings. And now we're ready to start creating the day for night look. Now, going back to the day for night node, first I grabbed the dot in the middle of the offset wheel and dragged it down and to the right a bit to push the colors to the blue-green area. You'll notice that this gives our image a much cooler nighttime blue look, but we're not finished with the look just yet. Next, I dragged the gain wheel down to about 0.8, and this is bringing the exposure of the highlights down a bit. Then for the gamma wheel, I dragged it down a bit as well to about minus 0.08. and this will bring down the exposure of the midtones a bit as well. And finally, I brought the saturation down a bit to 40. Now, just keep in mind that these numbers work for me, but they won't necessarily work for you and your footage. So you'll have to play around with it a little bit and just dial in the right settings and numbers that will work best for your footage. You gotta just use your own discretion here. So this is a great starting point to use as a base for all the clips in this group, but now we can go ahead and go down to the individual clip level by clicking on a clip and making sure clip is selected instead of group post clip. Then we can go ahead and rename the first node to EXP for exposure and add a second node and name it color. Starting with the exposure node, now it's time to start having some fun. The key here is to bring down the offset or the overall exposure quite a bit, as well as the gain or the highlights. So I went to about 17.2 for the offset and 0.46 for the gain on this specific clip here. Then I like to bring the gamma or the midtones up quite a bit, in my case to 0.11. And finally, I bring up the lift or shadows to 0.08. Now, depending on how you want your overall look to be, you can either leave the contrast at 1 or 100% to leave a bit more contrast between the highlights and the shadows like I have here, or if you want that super dark, hard to see Hollywood nighttime look that basically makes it hard to see anything, you can lower the contrast and bring down the gain even more, just like this shot. For whatever reason, Hollywood has been stuck in this whole mode of just underexposing everything and making it very hard to make out details and see things in nighttime shots. So if you want to achieve that look, have at it, do what you like, but in my shots over here, I like to kind of bring up a little bit more detail. And finally, to finish off the look, we'll pop on over to our color node and bring down the color temperature a bit, cooling off the image even more and adding a bit more saturation. This will really help the blues pop, but also help any other colors that may still be in there pop a bit more too, making it seem a bit more natural. Just don't go too far with the saturation or it will look really unnatural. So before we wrap this all up, I just want to share some challenges and issues you might face when doing this process. There's obviously nothing like actually shooting at night and lighting for it properly, so a huge issue you could run into when going this route is the sun. At night, you don't have to worry about this in the slightest, but when shooting during the day, some shots will be virtually impossible to make the day for night look work. Look at this shot here for example. You can visibly see the sun and lens flares in the shot, and you can see enough of the sky, so it doesn't look realistic in the slightest. It's not until the framing of the shot changes and there's no more sun or lens flares in the shot that the look starts to work. So again, shooting a bit later in the day when the sun is lower in the sky will definitely help sell the look, but you still have to be careful with the angle you shoot at and how you frame your shots. Another issue would be exposure. Like I mentioned previously, it's much better to expose your images properly so you can have the right detail in the highlights and the shadows. This will make it much easier when adjusting all these settings in post to create the day for night look. Third, if you have any other light sources in your images, like a flashlight or a light on the wall, these will also be affected by the day for night look and it just won't look quite right. So what do you think of this day for night look? Does it work and is it passable, or does it not quite fit the bill for the nighttime look and it's not really worth the hassle? Let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to know what you think. Anyway, if you found this video useful, make sure to like and subscribe. And if you want to see more content like this, you can click on either side of my face right over here to see more. And with that, I'll catch you next time. Ciao for now.